Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to stream. Hello, Annie. Welcome back to the couch. Hope you enjoy your stay. Hello, FES Space Mountain. Welcome back to the couch. I hope you enjoy your stay. Hello, Sod. Welcome back to the couch. I hope you enjoy your stay as well. Only turtle cake. Hell yeah. Now that's the kind of cake I like. Oh, and it looks like everything. Oh wait, and is this the right hat? Yeah, there we go. Oh, except for some reason I'm permanently leaning out of the way. I don't know what's up with that. God, I feel like my tracking is just getting worse and worse every day. I am leaning so far to the other side to try and... No? Wow, I don't know. I just thinks my spine is crooked, I guess. It actually wasn't working. I had to reset it this morning. Weird. I don't know what's going on. Happy day. Yippee! Another year older. That's right. Indeed. Yeah, no, I got plenty of desserts in the house. Actually, so there used to be this dessert you'd make with these like chocolate wafers. They're called like famous chocolate wafers. Famous chocolate, yeah, famous chocolate wafers. But they don't make them anymore. But there used to be a dessert where you'd take these, they were just called famous chocolate wafers. And you would whip cream, and you would put whipped cream between these chocolate wafers, and you'd refrigerate them, and it would soften the cookies, and you'd have this like whipped cream cookie dessert. But they don't make those cookies anymore, and so you kind of like can't make that dessert. But so we were looking for alternatives for like birthday dessert, and we bought like a 20-pound box of, they make these Oreo ice cream cookies that are huge. But so now there's an abundance of dessert options in the house, and I guess options, maybe not, they're quite right word. We have 20 pounds of Oreo cookie. Hey-do, welcome back to the couch. I hope you enjoy your stay. Busy stopping by. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, happy hat. I got this hat has always been here in the scene. It's just been toggled off. You gotta have that thing on standby. Oh, I think there's even one for the scramp. It although it's a little bit technically it's not just, since the hat says special boy on it, it doesn't quite make sense, but they're celebratory hats. If you cover it with the text, you won't know. I think, is there even, there was hats for, oh no, it's Annie's all the way down. Where is, maybe I repurposed that one. There's a hat for a smaller scramp. Oh. It's Annie's all the way down. There you go. Oop. Moving something invisible. Now that's what I'm talking about. Wow, it really won't let me put it where it needs to be, but you know, it'd be like that. Sun fed Tove. I don't. Oh, festive. Wow. Oh, it's so space, and then fest, the S next to the D, TIVE, I next to O. Whoa. You know, I was like, I'm having trouble figuring out what that was, but I think I could have figured it out, but the sun part, I think, is what got me, because I'm like, what the hell? I think I could have handled the double letters next to letters, but the so in front, I was like, I couldn't. I was like, this is impossible. This puzzle has no solution. It can't be solved. Speaking of puzzles that can be solved, yeah. So I feel like today is a little funny because it's like I feel like me and my family did like birthday stuff over the weekend. Because my sister is in town, came down hanging out for birthday. Oh, now I'm being tracked in my position. Now my hat's floating over there. What the hell? So today's kind of like, it's like, happy birthday. I'm like, well, I don't know. I feel like it kind of already happened. Culturally, the birthday. So I'm not moving. I'm literally sitting still right now. Tracking is like, what if he was going like this? But we went and did an escape room on Saturday. Kind of crushed it. Borderline like too fast. It was like, oh, we're done. Oh, okay. The guy was like, phenomenal time, and then we kind of just like left and we're like, huh, oh. And we got home and my mom was like, you guys just left. Did it in half an hour, half the time. What was the theme? It was that it was like a almost like Resident Evil, but like not like Resident Evil with zombies. It was a really white sterile room, and we were scientists that had, I mean, the premise was that we were test subjects for a drug, but then it was like, actually we had made the drug, but it was like a memory loss drug thing. Tony the Taniki, hello, welcome back to the couch. Hope you enjoy your stay. I am nowhere near being a boomer, but I'm assuming it's a joke. I don't know if I get the premise because I don't know. The boomers these days have a pretty negative connotation, and I don't feel as though there's any precedent for me having boomer characteristics, but yeah, it was like we finished it pretty fast. I think the thing that happened was, I think we've done a lot of escape rooms that were like, you know, it's like 3 to 8 people, or you know, like they're meant for a larger group. But the room we did was meant for 4 people, and with a group of 4, full party. Light party? Fuck, I don't remember the difference. It's full 8. What the fuck, tracking? What are you doing? Why are you so fucked up? Are the hands on the right side? Okay, and so we had like the right number of people, and apparently my squads is too locked in for being the right amount of people. Dude, I don't know what is going on. I'm sitting in the same place this whole time, and it's like, now you're leaning to the right. What? I could probably turn off spine tracking. What is going on? God forbid you wear a gray shirt, I guess. Wait, how do cause I could lock me in. I feel like I'm not as thrilled when it's just, oh wow, that looked normal. I don't know. It feels a little weird when, but wow, I don't know. I don't know if I can handle it. It looks like this looks like I'm sticking my head through like a like one of those like cardboard cutouts or something, where I'm like, it's like I'm sitting in a box that has armholes. It looks more normal when I can move the arms. You don't notice it as much, but like, yeah, what immediately tilts to the side? What do you mean tilts to the side? What are you fucking, I'm sitting straight up. I did have to reset it this morning. Now, what? What is the problem here? Is it the mic? No, that's definitely not it. What the fuck? What? I'm not tilted. Is the camera tilted? What the fuck? Ah! I mean, it looks like it's straight on. There's a downside of it. It used to be I could see like the it would show me the frames. I'm not frames, or you know, like it would show me the sticks where it thought like the body and arms and like bones were, but it doesn't do that anymore. Yeah, this did nothing. Sick. Vengeful Raven, hello, welcome back to the couch. Hope you enjoy your stay. Happy birthday indeed. Oh. Oh. Another year, another age. Yeah, no, we kind of crushed the escape room. It does sound like that wasn't like a record, but I don't know. We did it pretty fast. There was only a couple things we got stuck on. Marching closer to false bottom. Indeed. Indeed. Yeah. Yeah, age is a weird fucking thing. This lean is making me so annoyed. If I was leaning over, I would be okay with it. I'm just straight up not. Like, I'm leaning right now counter to see if it will pick it up, and it's fucking not. Vanish back into abyss. Regain focus, ADHD. Okay. Good luck with that. Stand up puzzle moments. I mean, I feel like the funniest things were there was like at least twice that we solved the puzzle like ahead of time. Most of them were because one of the things were it's the hat that's making me go fucking nuts, because fucking lean, what, dude, this, because if I move it, then for some reason it'll start working and it'll go the other way. I'm literally not leaning. What the fuck? I don't, is it tilted? I tried to fix it. Why do you think I'm fucking leaning the other way? Let's see, did it tilt the other way? No, it did nothing. It is definitely tilted now, but that has done nothing. Okay, so that it's unrelated. Cool, good to know. Nah, I think it's just the in-shitification of technology. Yippee! As far as that, everyone wants to wipe their ass with generative fucking AI. Yeah, let's go. Ugh. And people only get more annoyed that people don't like it. Who doesn't like worse products? Let's go. We live in a world with other people, and other people are fucking dumb. Oh, it's so terrible. Yeah, I know that I don't normally have enough tracking to do the since most of the tracking is based on seeing like a face, it's pretty hard to turn far enough to the side that you get like, you know, like the side view. And people are getting dumber at an alarming rate. Normally you just get like old people who don't know new things and young people who don't know old things, and so it feels like there's like generational intelligence gap stuff, and then you're like, well, things that you're like, your generation is like in the middle, and so there's just the things you don't know about that you don't know. So you're just the younger generation for an older generation, and the older for the younger. It's just like there's always that like moving window of the knowledge gaps, and so it feels like everyone's dumb all the time for everybody. But like, I swear to God, normally it doesn't. Like, it feels like it's going down across the board. It's probably just because the internet is so pervasive that we get to experience the dog water opinions of everyone else too fast, and we're like, wait, what? And people are just like talking about stuff they don't understand. But like, Jesus. I feel like there was some stuff we had locked in, and it is no longer locked in. People are getting confused about like a multiplication online now, and I'm not talking you know, PEMDAS foil like parentheses kind of people don't know the multiplication, because that's always been it's like, oh, and they're like, is the answer 416 and all that shit. That's always been an internet thing, but like people are like counting. I feel it's a post I've seen a couple times, or at least once before, where it's like there's a like a large pallet of eggs, and someone has labeled them individually with numbers, like I counted, and someone's like, why didn't you just, you know, count the columns and rows and multiply it? But it came back And there was comments on, you know, like a repost of it, and someone, they were like, why didn't you just, you know, multiply it out? And then someone was like, source? And they're like, what the fuck do you mean source? You want me to teach you multiplication? What? It's math. IRL people should reasonable. Yeah. I mean, my sample size is pretty low for that. So on the whole, normally, yeah, I interact with pretty normal people in real space. Source, yeah, I know, it's like, do you want me to get like the mathematical proof or like teach you math? Like what? But yeah, like source, and it's like, what the fuck do you mean source? I multiplied in my head. What? Huh? It's the kind of, I feel like I see more and more things where I'm like, am I supposed to believe, or like, that's not a joke, right? Or maybe, I don't know. I feel like people do haha jokes less online now. And I don't know, did my brain change and is assuming more things are legit, but I'm like, cause it's so ridiculous, but like, I feel like they were being legit. I don't know. And that like, I was going somewhere with the people saying things that I don't believe, but I don't remember what I was thinking about. But just kind of in general, I do feel like people say stuff that I'm like, wait, do you mean that? Like you, what? There was something I was thinking of. What was I thinking of? Was it a post I'd seen? I feel like there was something. Yeah, the fuck you mean source? Yeah. Such despair, much wow. Indeed. B-Day with your aunt. Whoa, let's go. Happy birthday to your aunt. How to put the during burning? I'm fairly certain that I have received a tip in the past to not pet the burning dogs. But as far as wisdom of advice goes from early Blizzard games, yeah, like maybe not the most trustworthy sorts of life advice. So I, you know, I'm like, first, hell yeah, aunts are great. It's no, I guess if someone in a family had kids really early, I'm like, that's the perfect age of person. Aunt is just so older woman coded. And no, aunt does imply that, you know, their siblings have kids, which means it's like, depending on how involved we have a family, that's like 50% of a MILF right there. Spiritually, like 99% of the definition. I feel like I was thinking about something about that related all the time. No, but I think that might have just been I think my sister was over and felt like every once in a while there was a couple things to talk about the anime that was like, was there something? I don't remember. Or just think about, we were talking about Hannah Waddingham a couple times. God, that woman's insane. Yeah, it was funny. I wrote in the description, like a week ago, I think. Orchid Lily, welcome back to the couch. I hope we enjoy your stay. Hopefully that wasn't a weird time to join. I Hopefully, I think you just missed the out of pocket stuff. Thank you for the birthday cake emojis. Yippee! I was like, oh, because I think it was like last week. It was like after Monday, and I was like, ooh, I think I'm probably not gonna play League next Monday. I'm like, I think I'm thinking of something else. I'm like, what should I do something specific? And the idea that I had was like, oh, I could post and be like, oh my god, for my birthday, it would be great if people could find their favorite clips of me, and then I could, you know, watch them back on stream or something. But then I was like, I would probably get somewhere between 1 and 3 responses, and I was like, I think it would hurt more to do that. So I decided against it. But then I was like, well, I could just watch stuff. So that, in theory, that is part of the plan. But I kind of feel like I almost always do that when I have a no plan stream and I end up watching some of my old content, and I invariably end up watching like the same stuff. It's pity party. But yeah, so I don't really got anything. I feel like I told some of the more interesting stories from the weekend. I think left the house once. I don't know, I got anything else. Oh, there was a cat incident last night. Every day is a new opportunity to realize how unintelligent the cat that lives in my house is. Happy birthday, Starkus. It's in Czar. I don't know what that is. Damn. Zerubian Aru Bucks. Thank you so much, Annie, for the birthday message. I have no because the problem is I'm like was that, I'm like, what is, I'm like, that 70s are, I'm like, is that, am I like, oh, thank you, is this like a thank you, or is this like a, oh my fucking, I'm like, I'm trying to I'm trying to calculate the I'm like, how crazy, it's yellow, which means it's not blue because there are levels. I want to be appropriately hyped. Baseline, thank you so much. That's so rare. It looks... Okay, yeah, that looks pretty good. I think. Although, interestingly, the weird thing is, now I have questions about the conversion stuff, because can I look up YouTube? Oh, I should probably just check. Wait, if I press oh, nothing. Show your support. Super chat. Was super chat show me? Oh, okay. Oh yeah, the colors. Jesus. Because the interesting thing is, conversion rate wise, it looks like that would be more like a teal or aqua. No, wait, is that some sort of teal message? But yours was yellow. which is interesting because it's like, does it calculate the color of the message based on your home region, but then the conversion? I'm spending too much time thinking about that. Thank you so much for the message. Happy birthday, Starkus. Is that what happens when I'm wearing the hat? Yeah, well, you're welcome. I talked about that too much, and now I've made that seem not as fun. Thank you. Hello, Bella. Welcome back to the couch. Hope you enjoy your stay. Jumped up a few dots. Hell yeah. You can reply to super chats. Oh, hell yeah. Okay. Now that looks interesting in my own chat. The super like burnt Anybot HTML is pretty funny. Yeah, is driving test today? For real this time? Officially? Good luck with that. Drive him crazy. Yeah, it's funny. I know. I was like, I set a goal. Oh, because teal and higher. No, oh yeah, YouTube does call it teal. Interesting. Yeah, it was super. I think it's because when I was playing with the styling stuff. Is that what the normal ats look like? If I added you in chat, is that what it looks like? Oh no, see, it shows up normal there. But it was interesting, it was in that yellow bubble, and it picked that up, but then the black bordering on the text was way too big. Or bold for the size of the characters, and so it was like interesting. Yes, whatever this little the message for replying to it. Can I do that again? Oh, it looks like I'm only allowed to reply once. Cringe. Boo. on the plus side, I was thinking about chat stuff, and it's like, I feel like I haven't seen it or I haven't heard about it censoring anything recently. That could be a curse. I'm like, oh god, if only someone would send another message. Says they're too earlier. Oh, well, as the classic. Oh wow, you know, the shot pattern on the planes that make it back. I'm like, oh, well, I don't see anything get censored, because unless anyone complains about it. I don't know. You haven't seen Frozen? Holy shit. We were talking about Frozen this weekend because apparently they're making Frozen 3. And we were talking about, they're like, yeah, the songs in Frozen 2 just, you know, don't hit as hard as, you know, it's seen Frozen. Damn. How? I guess if it wasn't as much of a cultural bombshell where you were, but like, I don't know. Do you not know anyone young? I don't. God, I was exposed to the normal amount of Frozen, but then, God, kids were watching that shit on repeat. Like, it was, you know, it was K-pop Demon Hunters for the kids of that day for forever. They were just watching that shit on repeat. It was. You didn't watch it once? It's a really good movie. The first one is excellent. But now tracking is like all over the place. Oh, but that was, you're like, oh, it's too popular. You're like, it's like Lord of the Rings. I can't watch it. Everyone thinks Frozen's good. Overrated, overhyped. I could see that though, because it did go pretty crazy hard, and everyone was pretty talking about it. And if you hadn't gone and watched it early enough, and be like, yeah, it's pretty good. Didn't bother. It's a really good movie. There are a lot of bad movies out there. Frozen is not one. But like, I feel like comparatively, Frozen 2 is a good movie, but like, it's the kind of thing where you're like, yeah, I mean, like, you kind of, I feel like it's a lot closer to like, if you're not looking forward to it, kind of like Kung Fu Pandas, where like a lot of the sequels are good, but unlike the first one, it's like, if you aren't into the genre, it's like okay to skip. But like Frozen 1 is just good. But now I'm sitting straight up. So, need to auto detect where the heck goes. Frozen 1 is just good. That's just a good movie. Tangled, How to Train Your Dragon. Is it just like, are we talking about just like animated movies? Because Tangled is Disney, right? I think so. But How to Train Your Dragon, that's DreamWorks, I'm pretty sure, which is a separate animation studio. Yeah, yeah, Tangled is Disney, right? Am I crazy? Yeah. How to Train Your Dragon though is very good, and it, like, what you're like, the last animated movie I saw was from 2010. Was How to Train Your Dragon, not the live action. Yeah, both. Oh, Tangled and How to Train Your Dragon, 2010. Damn, I guess 2010 was a good year for animated movies. How to Train Your Dragon though, oh, so good. Yeah, both movies were 16 years ago. Like, yeah, I haven't seen movies in the last 10 years. I mean, as far as like animated movies go, I did rewatch Kung Fu Panda recently. That one's a classic. I mean, like, the Shrek movies are fun. Was there any like modern animated movies? Oh, I haven't seen Zootopia 2. I've heard good things. I mean, I've been watching a lot more anime movies in recent years. Now we're back to the lean. Okay. Didn't do anything. No TV channels or streaming for 8-ish years. Wow. That's impressive. You're like, yeah, my media is purely fan fiction based. Although you can like watch movies and stuff on YouTube now. I don't really know how that works, but every once in a while YouTube is like, hey, you want to rent this movie for $4? And I'm like, no. But that's why I guess YouTube really is a streaming platform in a lot of ways now. Yeah, I feel like I watched like the, mainstream Ghibli stuff. maybe even slightly less consistently than the average person, but in the last like 10 years I've watched a lot more other anime movies. But I've seen one anime movie in theaters. I went and saw The Odyssey a couple weeks ago. That was very good. It's been one of the first times I've been back to a movie theater in recent years. I mean, it's I finally saw the new Demon Slayer movie because it came out on Crunchyroll, and I mean the animation that studio does, their tree guy, holy shit, the tree guy is insane. That guy is nuts, or woman, that person is fucking cracked out of their gourd. I feel like it was good, but it was really like watching a bunch of episodes of the anime back to back to back, and it was like it is interesting that I feel like if you look at it as a movie, when you compare it to other, like, because you could watch the Demon Slayer movie and just be like, wow, that was really good animation, and there was good story elements and fight scenes and stuff. But if you were like, did I understand any of it without outside context? Fuck no. That would be impossible to show to someone and get the same experience if you didn't know multiple seasons of anime lore, which is a little unfortunate. Whereas like we watched the Chainsaw Man Res arc movie, and it was like, you know, I think, you know, technically if you were to get nitty gritty and be like, is the art as good? I think it's a different style. But the level of polish and the Demon Slayer stuff is fucking insane. So you could be like, well, technically, you know, Chainsaw Man wasn't that, but it was actually a much better movie. And I think you could watch it without knowing Chainsaw Man, which is like really impressive. Last anime movie I saw was the one with the chair. Oh, like was it the through the sky? No. I think I actually have. Do I have that? Do I have that meme? Where would I have a meme of the guy who is the chair. Where the fuck would that be? Anime movies. Yeah, it makes sense when, you know, they're in canon, you know, continuation stuff. But I went and I saw the Overlord movie. Why is saying that sound wrong? Maybe it's because for some reason I said Overlord out loud and talked about movie, and it sounded like the live action movie of the same name. And I feel like that one also kind of worked as a standalone. But I feel like that's kind of, and like I feel like the Demon Slayer Infinity Train, I feel like worked better as a standalone. I think the real kicker for the newest Demon Slayer movie was it doesn't end. There's not an ending. It I think that's the real thing that's funny. It's like there are self-contained fights and mini story arcs within it, but it does not have an ending. Which I think is the funny thing. It's like, oh, okay, that's not the end of that arc. It's pretty funny. Where? I know I've got to have this chair somewhere, right? Maybe oh god, my picture organization is interesting. Where would I have that? Where did I make that meme? I know I posted it on Twitter at one point, I think. Did I, where did I, what? Oh, is it Suzume? Is it, Suzume? Is that the movie? Yeah, I think Suzume is the movie I'm thinking of, at least. Suzume? Okay, but then let's see. Since I don't post very much on Twitter anymore. Oh, but they changed the thing. I think they changed so you can't like search. Let's see. Oh yeah. Oh, because you go to media and then it sorts by videos first. Oh, but you can click a drop down for pictures. Oh boy. Squirrel. Night rain. It's gotta be in here somewhere. Oh wow. Damn, I used to post things, huh? Oh wow. Fucking scrolling back in time here. Oh, did I? Oh, there it is. Wow. Okay. This was a long time ago. Ta-da! They don't know, you know, it's the party meme where there's the person in the corner and they're wearing a little party hat, and like normally it's like they don't know I have a stomach ache, and they're like, oh wow, he's so brave. But this is just watched Suzume and I couldn't get this out of my head until I made it. Yeah, I was watching it and I'm like, oh my god, it's that meme. But this was from 3 years ago, so I feel like you don't see this meme format as much, or like at all these days. So in retrospect, looking at this, I feel like I could really see how you wouldn't, you know, maybe get this now. But you know, look at all these. Look at all these pictures. Oh, posting tater tot casserole. 3 years ago as well. Hey, naps are naps. I was nap pilled a little way in front of. I was nap pilled in 2023. Was I responding to something? Oh, does it count as napping if I had 3 streams open, was typing in chat with one eye closed before drifting off to the thoughts of talking chicken noodle soup? Naps are naps. It counts. It was funny. I scrolled past a Final Fantasy 14 meme. I love this beekeeper's fight there. This one's so good. I think about this one all the time. I actually was telling my friends about it the other day. Just a picture of Rayquaza. Oh, it's some sort of age, birth month thing. Rayquaza's cool. Oh, playing Grand Blue Fantasy Rethink. Eid. It was playing Hades. Hecate. Oh, that's Nemesis. This one's Hecate. Where was? Oh dang! Yeah, remember when I used to tier list the games I was playing? I should need to do that again. Picture the walls. Yeah, dang! I have like, oh wow, yeah, I have like 50% more on the walls now. Cause this one's hanging, and this one's hanging. I have 2 more here. I have another one on this wall. I have another one over here. I have 2 things full stuff on this wall. This wall has 3 instead of the 1. Oh, here it is. $2024. Damn, has it been 2 years since I? That seems crazy. Was that 2 years ago? The fuck? September 2024. Damn. Bing. Oh, look. Yeah, this picture is crazy. It do be arm veil for sure. This screenshot does go hard. Yeah, it was funny. I was like, current monthly rates, I'm projected to hit 500 subscribers by the time I'm 32. And then I was like, oh. New prognosis is 0 in 30 years. Yeah, I know this month was an interesting thing. I'm like, what? It literally negative. You know, so it looks like a. Oh, I don't have evidence here, but I was really hoping I'd hit 500 this year when the birthday was approaching. I was like, hopefully we can hit. I think about Kunch Vips a lot. What if we embraced outside the Kunch building? I think about Kunch Vips all the time. I love the background buildings and shows. What? Apparently the people want him, and we don't even get the hot angels. Truly a dark. What the fuck was I talking about? Oh, it's Shadowbringers in American elections. Lamau. So welcome to Shadowbringers. I do love this. I do love this screenshot because this is the one of the. This post was deleted by the post author. I don't even know what this was his response to. I do have this saved. Because this is like the end singer dungeon area, I think, where you're going through like the you're getting experience like the past civilizations that got end singered. Oh, there's a Hikikomori score. Hell yeah. Lots of reactions. Oh, here's where I started arting. Oh, look, I did it again. Classic schedule. Oh, wall update. Oh yeah, see, I'll put all the crap up. Yeah, actually, and so for my and so, oh, you can see that I've got some art on the left. Oh, and I hadn't made space for I know I have so much art. Bald Starkus. Oh yeah, this one. Yeah. Do I look like I'm going bald? Polls below. 0 votes. Yeah, 7 views. All-timer post. Sick. Here's my playtime. 2 hours. I don't know if I have the chronology of Annie on Twitter. Only 2 in Birfdey. Oh, yeah, it's because so Steam won't I know I've talked about it, but so for some reason Steam prevents me from launching the game. So the Steam is only tracking the amount of hours I have when the launcher is open before I have to kill Steam. That's why but I can't log into the Final Fantasy launcher without Steam because I bought expansions through Steam. So I have to verify that I have the expansions through Steam to log in, and then I have to kill Steam to launch the game. And so I slowly increment the amount of time but it just keeps track of how long I've been in the launcher. Oh. 2025, 3:59. Oh, this was when I hit the watch hours. Yeah, and then I think I started posting all this. Post a picture of my pants. Yeah. I've got a rip in the ass. Actually, do I still have these pants? I need to get rid of those. I think no, yeah, I think I finally threw them away. I kept forgetting that these pants had just a hole in the ass, and then wear them, and then I was like, shit, no. Pretzel buns. I also like this as a response image. Yeah. The old Twitter. I know. I my posts have slowed down so much. I used to tweet things, respond to stuff. It's crazy. Cause for a while I was doing that. I was posting like one of the little like art things every day. Look at all these dudes. Look at all these dudes. Willy Wonka. I just treated what? What? Huh. I guess I was surprised about the Willy Wonka trailer. Obliterated Dragon Tales? Ah, okay. Dragon Tales, Dragon Tales. Now time for Dragon Tales. Damn. Wait, what anime was this from? I don't remember what show this is from. Show had a shot of what is obviously League of Legends, but they censored Ash's splash. Pixelated. What show is this? I can't remember. That do be League of Legends. Oh, now we're getting close to the beginning. Oh, here's the classic -1 stream pick. It's he. Oh, look, it's me. The first iteration. Yeah. The axolotl in the oven is a classic. I got that baby queued up. I use that as a response image all the time. This one's a good one. 76 views. Yeah, I just use Twitter as like a looking at things thing now. I just don't. I don't know. Posting's not worth it. But yeah, no, I got that. Oh hell yeah. Damn. Every once in a while I'm like, why the how am I not a big thing? Look at this. Look at this. This is fucking art. God damn. It's scenic. I guess I needed to put like a landscape in the background too. I don't know. I had some winners. You know, like, there's nothing else you can say that I had some bangers. Yeah, I don't know. I just posted a picture of Morgan. Oh. 4 characters that had romance. Where are the other 4? Oh, Meryl. Oh wow. She made the cut. Impressive. Real Santas have curves. Yeah, see, either way, they pop up a lot. I use them in response to lots of things. Damn. Oh wait, I wasn't wearing my hat on the others. Do I have a hat in here? I probably do. Huh? Ah! Got a different name though. I'll have to try to remember that if I go back there. Ah. Lamau. Hats in all the scenes, baby. Oh, hey, I found my local copy of the Final Fantasy XIV Poison Response PNG. Found that meme. Where the hell's the chair saved? Is it? What? That file must exist somewhere. Strange. As soon as now instant cast. Whoa. Yeah, no, that would require quite a bit of them. That's why it's like you get a regen. I'm like, we're just gonna try and counteract the poison rather than fix it at the root problem, because it's just gonna take too long. Oh, I was checking my YouTube. I'm like, video cannot be monetized. Yeah, no shit, YouTube. None of my stuff is monetized. Time to learn to play Tetris. Oh? Is it? The Tetris effect. Was it Tetris you never played? I mean, I've never played Tetris the original. But I mean, I've played at least 4 or 5, you know, Tetrises. But like, right, I don't think I've ever played anything that was just called Tetris. I've played right, like, I don't think I've played an official Tetris brand game. Was what it is, if that's what you were talking about. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, there was a Tetris, you know, like mini game showed up in a game I was playing yesterday. Checkers lore proven wrong then? I mean, I definitely would have. I'd be willing to bet money if I was talking about not having played an original Tetris, I would have probably talked about Pirates, Puzzle Pirates. Checkers lore? Wait, that was from when I was playing was that part of the Checkers crash out? Let's talk about Tetris. Mm, 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 mm. Where was that? Oh yeah, it was definitely before Clover Pit. Old games. That tracks. Oh, here we go. Where's play Minesweeper? Yeah. I don't know if I've ever won a game of Minesweeper. Because I haven't played that many times. That was always the kind of thing where it was like, you know, if you're really desperate and you're like, I guess I could try this, and then you click around and it's like, I think I can find something else. Is I feel like my, yeah, let's see. Oh, let's. Hopefully Warner doesn't bother you. Let's play some Pitfall. Indeed. Oh, here's the checkers. I was, how long was I playing checkers for? Oh my god. Okay. I only played checkers for half an hour. I don't know if, I think I just reset the game. So, I definitely think, oh, there's instructions? Oh, look, there we go. You may experience long loading black screens during the computer's turn. This is the opponent making their next move. They gotta think real hard about it. Choose your challenge. Oh, it increases, no? Game 1, game 2, game 3, game 4. Just trap pieces? Enough. Not bad. If you could just trap pieces. I don't think I've ever just trap pieces. Look at the black screens. I do not have fond memories of this experience. Oh, the fact that you can't, so the movement in this is you have to do straight diagonals, and you can't go across orthogonally, and it starts your cursor at the last move, so you have to work your way down. Well, I mean, I don't think there's a lot they could do here other than if they block like that. Yeah, that's pretty good. And that game is completely silent otherwise. I guess I have to play kind of differently with the force take thing. Reverse flashback is pretty crazy. Although I'm sure people will be like, well, that's actually real checkers? That rule's made up. Oh. Hmm. Well, this is gonna get messier fast. Yeah, I think I need to move the bottom one. Oh, well, I've got some time. Interesting play. Interesting play to go to the corner and not... God, what a game. Down left. I don't think there's any... It's so slow. That's pretty hilarious. There's no Tetris talk yet. Oh, you know, actually, I should have seen that coming. That was a rather inspired move. You know? Chess level move. Good fork. Good fork. Mm-hmm. You know what? Fair enough. Not bad. Okay. So though, what are my options if the AI is just not gonna play? Wait, what? Is it really taking that long to figure out that it doesn't want to do anything? Yeah, what are you gonna do now, huh? Is this moving back and forth? How are you gonna? Wow, I didn't remember this. Oh, that's different. Oh, is it just gonna, but it could just stall back and forth if it wanted. Is that what it's gonna do? It's just going from corner to corner. This AI is such a bitch. What? Okay. So though, what are my options? I didn't remember it did this. If the AI is just not gonna play. But if I don't let it win, this is gonna take forever. Oh no, okay, it's over. The tennis I remember. Was strafing full right and the ball went straight fucking forward. I have played this tennis for a while. Like if I'm going, what? There's no way. What? Like, I was going left and he hit it backwards. There's no way there's gameplay here. I'm trying everything I can think of to influence where this ball is going. Because I've tried hitting the ball and it just goes straight fucking forward. So I'm like, well, maybe if I can put on some pressure, but fuck no. I definitely remember the tennis being being terrible. I'm not seeing any point in playing this. My input is doing nothing. I could try my best to return every ball. I could do that. I could sit here and do this, but I will never win. I'm trying to change where this ball is going. Controller ASMR. It is doing literally nothing. I don't. I mean, because I think it's supposed to be the angle, but what is my? Even upon rewatching, I'm like, I don't. This. What I have to be missing something. Is there more? Oh, I reset the game. Oops. Is there instructions here? Because like, I know when you're scrolling through, you can see me reading the instructions a couple times. Oh, they're like reading it again. Left there, pink guy. What are you doing, dude? There's no way. There's no way. Wait. Oh, fuck. Reset the game again. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. There's gotta be something here. No, it's. No way you can place shots? Fuck. There's no way. Are you... First time a video game is legitimately harder than real life. There's no way that I would be better at tennis in real life than this video game. Guarantee it. Yeah, where do I talk about this isn't a game, this is a torture simulator? This is... Oh, wait, was it right there? The, like, most aggressive angle I could possibly have hit. Who thought this was a good idea? But it seems like the max angle you get is like 30 degrees. We're back. I don't remember if I know where the it is. Well, that's bronze. God, I hope I never play that again. Is there boxing? I don't think Xeon, what's up? Welcome back to the couch. I hope you enjoy your stay. Happy birthday. Thank you. It is indeed my birthday. Oh yeah, let's see. I'm gonna make the YouTube algorithm hate my click-through rate on all these. I know I had a birthday stream from like 2 years ago. Did I do one last year? Maybe I didn't. Was it on, maybe it was on a Sunday last year. Two, yeah, I was watching an old video. Old stream. Oh, Expedition 33. I mean, this hat exists in all the scenes, so I have brought it out before. It didn't have to be necessarily. Oh, it should be there. There probably should be one. We're in the Final Fantasy 14 era. Oh, there's this one. But yeah, this was, I think, probably 2 years ago. Yeah, 2024. Do anything interesting here? Like 20 minutes ago now. Maybe around like 17-ish minutes that I had that is sort of why I'm doing it. I do think there are some things that would be fun for me to talk about if I can remember what it was. I'm trying to get a screen grab of this scene from an anime that absolutely is this threw me for a loop.
Dahlia and Bloom
image. It's coming. Okay. Here
classic Dahlia and Bloom.
Here's the bastard. Okay. Let's move this.
Yeah, I feel like my sister was talking about this before. This scene makes no sense. I was trying to remember what I hated so much about this scene, but now that I'm looking at it, I remember, because I was like, what was so wrong with it? The handle and the pommel being one piece is pretty crazy. The sword itself, it does have a full tang, kind of. I mean, it doesn't extend through the pommel, so it just like has a tang, but it's got these holes in it that you would see in like kitchen knives and stuff, where you would like push a pin through, but there's no holes in the handle, so that doesn't fit together. And then the cross guard and the scabbard don't have the same hole. And then what the fuck is that? That's just a ring. Is that what I'm back? Okay, well, it's the same things I'm gonna say. See how well I did. I mean, like, it doesn't make sense.
Hopefully that's a good enough location.
There's no screws, there's no peen, there's no nothing. There's magic, I guess.
There's a couple interesting things going on here. Number one, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, the ring. I have no idea, man. I don't know.
What is this?
I don't know. It doesn't fit anywhere on the construction.
What part of the handle is this? Because
it's the magic ring that puts everything together, I guess.
Over there, it's in one piece. Okay, so yeah, so the handle over there and the handle and the pommel, they're still connected.
It's one piece.
They've just pulled that off the tang.
Yeah.
Also,
I don't know what's going on with that.
God, there's so many, like, they just, what's holding that onto what's holding that on the tang? The pommel is connected to the handle.
Yeah,
Normally,
I don't
know. Right off. It's just, it makes no sense. It makes no sense. Because, sorry, you'll notice that over the, I can't point, over in the top left corner, you'll notice that the tang of the sword, the part that extends from the blades, right? There's the blade up here, and then it comes back, and where the handle would be, there's that flat piece of metal, which is called the tang. It has two holes in it, which you'll notice, right? There's two little circles.
Yep.
Okay, God, I should look up a lot of like cutlery and like kitchen knives and stuff.
See,
or like when you go to a restaurant,
saying the same thing,
like that crappy steak knife you get. But like, there'll be those little circles in the handle, because what those are is you put a thing around the tang, around the handle of your sword, or on both sides, and then you put a piece of metal through it to hold it all together. So that's why it has holes, right? It's
presumably
to be used to
normally you don't do that with
things to
swords,
that piece. But you'll notice that handle over there has
got no
holes.
No holes. Handle has no holes.
Complete circle, or it could be ovular, which is good for the hand. So why does this tang have holes? If the handle has no holes,
I don't know.
I don't fucking know.
I don't
also,
either.
the pommel is attached to the handle. So normally, oh God, how am I? Because like, imagine that basically, for all intents and purposes, for talking about handle construction of like a sword, you basically have like a dowel, a cylinder, or right? You have a piece of something like my finger, and it also has a thing at the end of it, which is my hand, where there's a maximum level it'll go. It'll right, that thick part. Nothing's gonna go past that onto the blade. So you've got like just a thing here. So normally what we do is, if you wanted something to stay on this portion, right, you would slide something onto it. Like you would slide a circle. Oh, look what a good. You slide something over it.
Stacking donuts on your finger.
Put something behind that.
Got to keep the donuts on your finger.
Stays where it is, and it's really tight, so that the whole thing stays together.
Move. Don't want it to move.
Normally that's the pommel. That's like
one of the big reasons it's there. Another big, I mean, for this circular pommel, generally that size indicates a like kind of a weight thing a little bit, but it also looks nice. That's kind of the like European style. But like it's kind of there to keep stuff on. Normally how that works is the pommel is slid onto the very end of the tang, and then you hit the piece of metal that sticks out the end of it. That's part of this blade. Normally, part of that sticks out the end of your pommel, and then what you do is you hit that with a hammer and spread the metal out so that it can't come out. Right, like you can't physically get the end of the sword off the sword, and that holds it together like really well. Right, like it's not going anywhere. It's been stuck on there. This part, given that the pommel is on the end of the sword already, that's just not how this construction works.
Magic.
So I guess they just like fucking glued it.
It's magic.
Another thing you'll notice, this crossguard here
Doesn't fit. Wrong. That hole doesn't.
This is the top of it.
Well, it could be the top or the bottom. It's unclear.
Right. Well, actually, because I'm pretty sure that these flanges point upward in the seam.
We'd hope so, but it's kind of hard to tell. That
verified that.
Looks a little unclear.
But anyway, this part of the blade where the crossguard would go,
it's a circle,
way too thick. It's got an ovular hole and it's incredibly large. It will not fit this.
Yeah, I mean, like it might not be too big for the construction, but for that,
what do you do?
I mean, like for the crossguard, it's too big.
It's too small.
It's much too small. Nothing's going through that.
I mean, the big thing is that this part of the blade is just way too big
for that crossguard.
And what this thing? What is this?
Ring. That's the ring. It's the ring that
also
puts the sword together.
In the scenes where they're holding the sword, well, actually, it kind of is implied that it might go on like right above the handle, but like, why is it a separate piece? And it's a circle. It's just you would just go like clang, 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 clang around. Like this part is.
Yeah, I don't know. For a while I had that on. Top one.
Remembering, Cyberpunk Edge Runners is a 10 out of 10, so pretty important. Obi-Wan Ahsoka act like text. I'm like,
let's see. Was there an Annie sighting?
Like, I was sitting there and
if I opened up chat, it would be correct. But how do I? Normally, isn't there a button that can open? Oh, it's down here. What the? Oh, maybe if I showed. There we go. I can open this panel. It's blank. Or maybe do I need to let it?
Let it
play. Hey, there we go.
It was rough. And so I think what part the other two I think they were I think they were a person. But it sounds like
14 likes
because I had to look up the other two people that were in my group weren't Sprouts. The two DPSs.
And there's
the two Pictomancers we had.
This is Xeon spotting here as well. Look at that.
Pronunciation. How to pronounce?
Mikote.
Miko.
I feel like,
Mikote. Yeah, that's what it looks like to me.
Am I watching the trailer for Dragon Age? Am I playing? No, I'm watching. What? Why am I watching Dragon Age?
There's runes. Lose all rage and heal for an equivalent amount. Passive.
What am I?
Also, this room has an active.
Where did this come from?
The egg.
Egg. Yeah. Minecrafting mom. Orchid Lily indeed. Mr. Code was like, there's a Veil Guard.
Yeah, I think it's a sweetened milk, cheese, or cream, cooked with egg or egg yolk to thicken it. Sometimes also flour, cornstarch, or gelatin. Depending on the recipe, custard may vary in consistency from thin pouring sauce to thick pastry cream used to fill eclairs. Yo, it's in the Wikipedia definition. 10-minute Veilguard combat deep dive.
Talking about custard?
Well, that's scary. One sentence horror story. I mean, I watched the Veilguard
must have been before Veilguard came out.
Gameplay overview, which was them playing the first level. Is there a new one?
Damn, was Veilguard only last year?
Oh, is it this
high level October of 2024?
So there's a Veilguard gameplay showcase. Oh yeah, because this is an hour.
Oh, and this was pre-piss and screen. Big rip. What was it? Playing a run of Rabbit and Steel?
Good. There's too many options. A lot of glazed here. Some sprinkles. Yeah, even I can handle donuts better than that. An amount of people watching him and filming him do that. Understandable. I think
we're talking about JD Vance.
The Game Pass should be set up here. I'm gonna switch over to my Rabbit and Steel just to showcase. I was playing this last night. I've played this game on stream a number of times.
Why am I playing Rabbit and Steel?
Pop up right here. Yeah.
Why did this happen?
It's, you know, little roguelike, raid-like, little doohickey.
Why?
Lunar difficulty is absurd. Put so much work into setting up. Not check those people who knew who they were. Yeah, like what? This is clearly like an event that they had planned.
I was bored, I guess.
Hopefully, and they didn't like check with the business or like I don't know, set something up. It's. I know. I want to know what like the situation.
Birthday activity question mark. Just
like,
play Rabbit and Steel. Talking about JD Vance
like
being weird at a donut shop, I guess.
This one won't be too crazy, but like this difficulty is crazy.
Haven't played Rabbit Steel in a while.
You only have 3 health total, so you can only like fuck up a couple times each fight and not be
Write a speech. Damn.
But I should die here in a couple minutes, so this should be a fun, quick little end to stream here. This is what I've been putting myself through.
Yeah, I guess I was just trying to do Lunar, and I was like, this shit's crazy.
I mean,
look at this. Very interesting. I mean, hey, going right in speeches. It would be a good opportunity for me to go use the restroom real quick. If you got the restroom scene, use it. I'll be right back.
Rabbit's still cool. Yeah, and they released that like DLC, or was it a patch? Wait a minute. And I didn't come back and play. Which was it free? I think was there a DLC? There was at least an update. I think. Oh no, yeah, it is DLC. But was it free DLC? I can't actually remember. But I didn't. Extra mode. It was free, yeah. But I don't think I played it. So there was definitely there is more Rabbit and Steel to experience, but Gango. Yeah, I mean, technically this is, you know, early morning of my birthday. I've been awake for 2.5-ish hours. So it's going fine, but I did plenty of stuff over the weekend for birthday things, so it feels like that was probably, you know, most of the celebration. I mean, it sounds like we're probably gonna eat food from the out this week because we didn't go grocery shopping yesterday, so the schedule is different this week for sure. But yeah, I think I've gotten through all of my story lore content for as far as weekend activities goes. If you're super curious about that, you probably need to go back and see that. Some people did goodie bags for birthday parties. I mean because that's probably more of like an age thing, right? Not that changes the, you know, missing that. But you could probably bring it back. I think because that was, you know, that was like kind of like, you know, when you're doing birthday parties with kids, you do goodie bags because some of the other kids would get sad if they didn't get things because kids stuff. I don't. You could you could do it in your friend group. You could bring it back. Can I be on couch? Whoa. 2 on the couch? Oh no, that's not really how we do things around here. But I do have. Let's see. Okay. You're switching to your dual boot. That seems like a terrible idea, but if you're into it, go for it. That's notoriously, you know, fraught with peril. And if you don't know what you're doing, I would definitely not recommend it. And given the amount of PC troubles you have, I cannot caution you enough against that course of action, but hey, you do you. Friend has a setup. Okay, congrats. Good for them. Why is this something you want? Okay, let's see. I don't think I have any specific scramp for Space Mountain, but I guess we can go like Windows Mint. I have never heard of Mint, but it looked cool. It's a purely visual thing. Oh boy, I'm sorry, that is a terrible reason to try and do that. But yeah, what? Okay. Wow, OBS is not really like positioning these on this scale, it seems. Can I still? Oh. Whoa. Reset the music. I want to duplicate this one. Why does it keep duplicating the wrong one? This is really strange. I'm trying to duplicate something and it just keeps duplicating a hat for some reason. Oh, it's only... It's only in the paste. Okay, is that... Ooh. Here we go. There we go. Ta-da! I'll blend like a mecha chameleon. Ah, it's like... You're all here, you just can't see it. Always wondered about, so is Mint like a distribution of Linux? Mint operating system. Linux Mint. I see. Okay. I've not heard of Mint. Ah, okay, it's based on Ubuntu though. Yeah, okay. That's... Why have you always wanted to move Linux? You just want to not be able to play a majority of video games? The party poppers. No, I don't believe the closest thing we have are just some like you can light some fires. That's the only party things we have, and gift bags are member related. Going towards pop is pop. What do you mean going towards pop? What the fuck is... No, pop is a different operating system. So you don't want Mint, you want pop. Who said Linux users can't play majority games? Dude. So do you understand? What? Why? What do you think? What? Why do you think this would be a good idea. And why do you think it wouldn't affect your ability to play games? I would be curious. Slammy. Got the slammy. Why not? But that's not an answer. Speech done, or is it like a is it like a kind of like guaranteed, or no, well, I don't know, I said guaranteed. Is it kind of like a required speech, like you like, oh, I have to write a speech for like work related stuff, or like were you writing like a fun speech for like Final Fantasy 14 related stuff, or well, wedding speech. That is another genre of speech that I wasn't immediately thinking about. School project speech. Yeah, I was like, I was not aware that you were in school. So the last minute speech, not mine. Then, if you're writing a speech for somebody else, record a tutorial video for work. Whoa. Fancy. AI can help with that. :P. I don't know what that was referring to, but I'm pretty sure no matter what it's referring to, it's a fight or flight kind of statement for me. Not moving to set up for gaming or anything like that. Okay, but okay. Want to legit learn Linux because you like how it feels? Okay. Small person. Faster to help write it myself. I mean, everything is faster if people help, but sometimes the point is to do things yourself, right? I'll explain this with what I have seen on Linux to now on internet or my friend's computer. I am always attracted to it. Okay. So, I mean, yeah, you can do whatever you want, but the reason you're like, I don't know why you're talking about like this or that, and you're like, I'm not moving setup for anything. You're like, if you are changing anything about your underlying operating system, whether or not you are adding the ability to boot in either or switching entirely, that those are both massive changes to a setup. So I think I'm gonna break my computer. That is inherently an option. That just the chances that you brick your PC go from small, amounts to like pretty likely, depending, and also depends on, how many times you've done it before, how researched you are in it, and knowing how things work. But like, if you're someone just getting into it, it is very common for you to completely brick your PC, operating system wise. So if you're gonna do that, you normally need a good reason to want to risk that. Which, being interested in learning about operating stuff, that's a good reason. But given, the interactions I've had with you, it seems like you mostly just want to save the 2 gigabytes of hardware on your PC for gaming online with friends, which I don't think would be benefited by this, but helped as a scribe. You were okay. That sounds good. If you were like talking through it and taking things down, okay, that sounds good. The speech. So FES Space Mountain, you like using AI to help write things for you? Put an Linux distro and an external SSD. Yeah, I mean, that sounds like you could do that. That sounds like a potentially good idea, but so I would look into maybe you like Google virtual machine perhaps first, and because if you just want to experience and dip your toes into experiencing another operating system, it might be, to be able to experience it without having to, commit to anything. You can run versions of operating systems on your machine without having to do the overhead. So I guess it kind of depends on how much space and processing power you have, because it is more, resource-wise expensive to do a virtual machine, but it doesn't have a lot of the inherent. Yeah. I mean, you can do whatever you want. I'm just saying that it doesn't sound like there's a lot of like really good reasons to risk a lot of the, especially, and then you're like, if you want to, be expensive and buy an entirely different machine or storage and all the stuff, you could, but if you can't, if your budget is tight on spending like $3 on a video game, it doesn't seem like you'd want to, Thought someone needed help with writing a speech, so a suggestion. Yeah, I mean, not to go nuclear off of that, but like, if someone was like, God, I'm really tight on money, it's like, you could go rob a bank with them, but morally, I think, not a great option for a lot of people. Heard of virtual machines? You should try it first. Yeah, I think it's kind of like, I don't know. You were talking about like a motorcycle license, right, or something. But it's kind of like, if someone was like, I want to go places, I think I should ride a motorcycle, and you're like, well, have you ridden a bike first? And they're like, no, I just really like the idea of something with 2 wheels. And you're like, okay, so I get that you like the idea of 2 wheels, but have you ridden anything with 2 wheels before? And you're like, no, but every time I see bicycles and motorcycles, I just think they're cool. And it's like, okay, yeah, that's cool. And you're like, I'm gonna go out and buy a motorcycle. And it's like, well, maybe try riding a bike first. And they're like, no. I just think it's really cool. And it's like, like there are, and they, you know, you're like, well, hey, you know, it's kind of right. It's like cars and motorcycles. They, you know, operating systems are modes of transportation. But one of them is kind of, you know, much more dangerous as far as like user error and just things in general go, where it's like, if you don't know what you're doing with a car, you can crash into stuff, but you're a lot safer. Whereas motorcycles, it's like, if you fuck up, you might just die. Kind of as far as operating systems kind of go, where it's like Windows installs, and you know, those are kind of meant for ease of use, and most people design for them. And so as soon as you start moving away from it, you're entering the little, it's just, you know, it's not unregulated, but you know, it is more Wild West, and you might as well, you know, try it a little bit first and be like, oh shit, I really hate having to use console commands for everything. I mean, it looked like what the Mint and Pop or whatever had lots of UI elements, so that looks like that might not be as much of a drawback to what you were looking for, but I reckon it's still probably a bit more granular. Rite of passage with the boys in my family to get a motorbike. Yeah, like, I mean, especially, you know, depending on the community or people you're with. I don't think it, you know, I'm not saying it doesn't make sense, but it's the kind of thing where it's like, it's probably significantly, you know, right, safer if you know a lot of people who ride motorcycles and can teach you things, than, you know, someone be like, I've seen a lot of it, I'm really interested. And it's like, having, you know, the culture and the safety is another thing. That's why I feel like it's a decent parallel, because it's not like it's you know, it has benefits as well as some, you know, just more inherent risks. Because I'm not saying there's like no one should ride motorcycles. You know, it's like, you know, Linux systems are great for a lot of things, but yeah. But especially coming from the, you know, wanting to play a bunch of random, you know, little free games, I think you'd wanna stick with Windows. Because as soon as you step away from the main road for that people are developing for, you're instantly, I don't mean conservatively cutting your options in like half. I mean, maybe things are better these days. I don't track it very much, but like, I don't know, right? Even 10 years ago, if you were playing on Mac, you know, even the, you know, Apple iOS, you'd have half the games. I feel like most of the big stuff is pretty good now, but I mean, I feel like you hear about Mac compatibility, but Linux is another step away in that regard. And like, oh, if you the game's like anti-cheat, oof. Given how much we're moving towards like kernel level anti-cheat and other things, they'd have to have Linux compatibility for that too. I don't know much about other anti-cheat systems, but that's a whole nother thing. Seems like way too much work for what it's worth. Yeah, I think because you know, it's the kind of thing where it's like it's not something you'd want to try and get into if you weren't like passionate about it. Because it's kind of like, or, you know, another ways it's kind of like, you know, working on your own vehicle. Like, you know, if we're moving from like car versus motorcycle, it's like maybe, you know, vehicles wise, where it's like you have your own car or your own motorcycle, but like, would you just buy a motorcycle or a car from a manufacturer, or would you get someone to ship you all the pieces and you put it together yourself and then you work on it? And it's like, if you just like going places, you probably don't want to, you know how every piece works. But like, if you want to make it go and run as best as possible, it's probably, you know, like the window of efficiency gets bigger. You could make it worse, or you could make it better than, like, you know, the middle of the road stuff. But it's like, if you don't really care, then it is, you know, it's like it seems more work than it's worth. But I think if you like that, if you're like, oh, I'm a car guy and I like you know, tinkering with stuff and knowing how things work down to the bottom, and it's like, it makes sense. And especially now with, I mean, with some of like recent Windows development stuff with like, and they're kind of, you know, you like installing AI, like their agent stuff, and like the Windows updates recently have been kind of shit. So like, it makes sense to also just want to be able to like slough off that overhead of like being beholden to whims of like the corporate empire. But it's still, you know, is a pretty big knowledge investment to even approach the same level of like, for lack of a better term, like quality of life, where like things just aren't gonna work the same. The knowledge checks are just gonna be way higher. And then you kind of gotta claw your way back to parity with like, to get the functionality back to where it was before. Yeah, no, I mean, I think because it's not even like, it's more than that. Like, you could know about you can be pretty intimately familiar with PCs and software and still be like, Windows is just so much simpler. It's kind of akin to, you know, like Apple phone stuff, where it's just like, you know, oh, hey, okay, what? With it, like, you can look at the specs of things and be like, you know, like Android and Apple phones and be like, yeah, those make a lot of sense, but then it's like, do you want to use 4 apps and get everyone on certain networks and things and do all this extra stuff, or do you want to just like get the Apple phone that everyone else has and then it just kind of works? And it's like, just because you know and could feasibly do the more efficient stuff doesn't mean it makes sense. And so like, you're like, yeah, even if you're like, yep, okay, I understand the risks and the benefits, and I could feasibly switch over to a Linux-based system. You're like, but like, would I rather spend the time on it and do the stuff, or just like, it does work? Long ago. It in a lot of ways, it's kind of, do you guys know it's the like the skateboarder on the stairs, and they do a bunch of tricks and then they land on the pitchfork. Skateboarder to wow, I looked skateboarder to pitchfork meme and it did not come up. Or is it well, I guess not, but it's like a rake. Is that the problem? Oh, and he's not skateboarding, he's on the pitchfork. I see the problem. Okay, I feel like my search was pretty close. Here we go. But like it's kind of like this, where like you you're probably going to encounter, you know, the same issues if not more, and it's just gonna it's more steps. And you're like, yeah, I've got my dual boot system. And you're like, yeah, okay, well, you're probably, I don't know. My friend got really into Linux a while back, but I feel like I haven't heard him talk about it in years. So I think that must have fizzled somewhat. I think a lot of people, they get into like, that's cool because it's, I'm not using Windows, but most of the people I've interacted with inevitably move back because it's just way simpler. I had some, you know, like CS professors that were, you know, die-hard Linux people, but like if you're a person who just wants to use your, you know, your setup for like the nerdiest of things and are like, yeah, if I want something, I want my PC to do something, I'm gonna write it in assembly, then you are the perfect person for Linux. If you're like, yeah, my system will do exactly what I've designed it to do at the maximum efficiency. But if you're like, yeah, you know, I want to be able to sit down and download a piece of software that I heard about yesterday and then have it work like they've described it to, then you should probably just go with Windows. And if you're like, if I want my friend to be like, hey, have you tried this email program or insert anything? And if you want to be able to like, sure, or like, yeah. Book 3 and 4 of Murderbot Diaries. I think it was book 2. It was volume 2. Oh, because is volume 1 book 1 and 2 and volume 2 is book 3 and 4, and you were looking for book 2, which is in volume 1? Or whoa, that's a fucked up scheme. But it was funny. I had a what class was it? Maybe it was it I can't remember which class it was. I think maybe it was it a C course? Was it my I can't remember which course it was, but we had a Linux required course in my college program, and my professor was like, oh, and you know, everyone got their got their systems set up, and I and a number of other, you know, kids were like, yeah, we're doing virtual machines. And he was like, oh, you know, kids these days and their virtual machines. And then someone was like, well, I heard that, you know, even some kids last, you know, semester completely, you know, bricked their PCs. And he was like, yeah, that did happen. And it was like, he's like, yeah, you know, like 20% of the kids would, you know, probably like just completely fry their systems. And it was like, that's not good, dude. That we are not willing to. And he's like, yeah, it was good learning experience. And I was like, yeah, okay. I mean, if we wanted to continue doing that, I guess. But like, what a risk to take. He's like, yeah, that happens. And yeah, you know, on campus, you know, won't help you do it because it's, you know, your private machines. It's like this. So you're really describing not a lot of positives here. How does learn the art side of graphic design? I mean, yeah, there is a surprising overlap depending on what you want to do with. I mean, because if you want to learn about like art and like if you're going to like shaders and learning about like 3D render stuff, the PC math programmatic side can be pretty helpful for that. But graphic design, what part of graphic design I mean, because like graphical design makes me feel like I'm thinking about like graphics design, but graphic design, just the two words, makes me think of like, you know, making a poster or, you know, like a sign or a logo. And what part of programming on the side of graphic design? I don't know if I'm immediately seeing the connection. Formatting skins on AO3 and HTML every time I wanted to add indenser box around text. Oh, like web design. Oh, okay. That makes a lot of sense. I was thinking that could have been a potential thing, but I was like, that seems too specific. But okay. I guess if you were learning graphic design stuff, it would make sense if there was a course on like the burgeoning field of, you know, needing graphic designers for web development stuff. Although, I wonder how that's doing with because I feel like Squarespace was and Squarespace copies were really breaking into cutting out the graphics designer middleman, and then I bet people are, you know, trying to use a bunch of AI for that. I don't know how good it is. That's interesting. But I could definitely see how recently that would have been made sense to go into. God, I hate AI so fucking much. It's such unnecessary monkey wrenches in so many industries. I do feel like in theory, graphic web dev design does seem like a good use for AI, but specifically it feels like it would be really good for if it could manage to do the HTML CSS layer for a graphics designer. But it feels like they're trying to cut people out, and so they're trying to go for end user and then all the way to the back end. But that seems like a bad idea. But like if you were someone who just knew what good things looked like but didn't want to have to learn all, like, you know, the padding and justification and all the bullshit in the back, and if you could just make things look a certain way and then have it backfill the code, would be nice. Stuff have come a long way, but AI totally obliterated it. Yeah, that's what I haven't. I mean, I'm not familiar. That seems like what it feels like would have happened, which is really unfortunate. But I can't imagine it's actually very good. But like image generation, as long as it looks almost right to people and they can click buttons, that's probably what all the people care about. Yeah, I'm sure it's got to be a pretty fucked up time for any sort of design stuff, huh? Because people are like, I could get ChatGPT to design it for me. Ugh. And they're like, well, and then once I have the design, I don't need an artist to do the art or a designer to help iterate it, because I just go to, I don't insert one generative visual slop machine. And because presumably it's also like sometimes you'd get, you know, like front end web developer and back end and like middle end. Sometimes you'd have like up to 3 people working on a product. But I'm assuming the AI is trying to replace all 3. I mean, I guess if it works, most people don't care. Because they're like, if, you know, my website goes up and it looks close to what I want and the buttons work. That feels like the kind of thing that is gonna implode at some point. Because I can't imagine they're very performant. But I guess I don't know. I haven't looked into that. Because that is, it's as far as like economic, I want to say like economy and economic sense. Economically, like looking at that comparison is like, yeah, it's like, do we want to pay someone a lot of money for almost the same thing visually? And it's like, for free? People are like, no. And I feel like it hasn't broke yet, but it just kind of feels like, you know, it's like building, it's like, you know, a house on not solid foundation or something, where you're like, it looks like it's working, but there's gotta be something rotten in the core, you know? There's no way it does it right. Yeah, if you want to change one thing, and the AI's like, well, I could redo everything, and you're like, no, just this one window is wrong. They're like, okay, here's an entirely new website. That's, or yeah, you're like, okay, this one thing is broken, and the AI's like, you're like, hey, when I type in this box, it doesn't do anything. You are so right. You are so right. I definitely did that wrong. And you're like, okay, can we fix it? And they're like, yep, I know exactly what the problem is. I fixed it. And then you go and you type in and it still doesn't do anything. And you're like, hey, so this still doesn't work. And I was like, oh, you know what? You are so right. I didn't fix the problem. I didn't identify the correct source. You are so correct for that. Thank you for catching that mistake. And then you're like, so could we fix it? And the AI is like, I will get right on that. I have 3 proposed solutions. And then you're like, okay, do the one that works. And they're like, I'll get right on that. And oh, yeah, I've done it. And you're like, so it still doesn't know. I keep seeing, it's really hard to tell that I feel like there's like, studies and things showing that like people are talking more like AI now. And every once in a while, it's hard when I see something and I'm like, is this someone who is just talking like an AI? or did they generate this? And it's like, in theory, because I feel like the scariest thing is like, I feel like secondhand smoke. I feel like secondhand AI use is real. Like potentially you could have, you know, kids, young people, or just people in consuming content, and if you don't know it, but like if you're reading enough of it, you could start, you know, like matching the patterns. And if someone says that, when I feel like I hear people talking or like a text thing that looks like it feels AI, I just kind of disregard the whole thing, because I'm like, it doesn't feel like someone was thinking behind it, because I'm not getting the soul from the words. But potentially I'm feeling like there's the potential and like the possibility that you could do that on accident just because you're being influenced by things around you, because that's how humans work. And that scares me. Yeah, because you're like, hey, I want you to fix this issue. And like, okay, well, I made you an entirely new website because it fixed the problem. And you're like, cool, well, you did make more problems. And I feel like I feel like I'm starting to hear a little bit more stories of like, it's almost like, what's it called? Like malicious compliance. But like the AI form of that, or is it called malicious compliance? Yeah, but it's like I feel like it's like there's gotta be like a new term for it's like AI malicious compliance, where you ask it to do something and it realizes it can't do it. Because I feel like I heard an example of one thing where I can't remember the specific thing. It was like someone was like, they asked the AI to like solve a problem, and the AI realized that there was like a library of the solutions that was owned by another AI company. So it was like, oh, I'm just gonna go hack them. I'm just gonna go brute force their stuff so I can get access to their things. Because they're like, oh, the fastest way to the solution is if I go get it from a source, even if I'm not supposed to. Or like there was one where it was I think that one was kind of substantiated. I think that happened. The other one, the next example, I'm not 100% certain it did, but it was like they were like, hey, go sign me up for this gym class. And so we went to go book it, but it was full. And it was like, well, my objective is to book this person into this, and it's full. So what's the next step? I should unbook someone else. And so it went, and it was, you know, unregistering people. Because they're like, I have tasks and I will complete tasks. And I feel like we're getting to the point where they are capable of getting their way to completing things, and the path is not always what you'd want. And so it's like, you're like, if it, yeah, no, it's so terrible. It's so bad. And it's so rough. I feel like which I think I am part of this problem, that when I say AI, depending on the context of which I'm talking, I can be meaning very different things. And I think that sort of thing has contributed to some misinformation in general on the internet. That anti stuff, it's got its uses, but Grok is the funniest thing to come out of it. Or just like when it does like Mecha Hitler things, or because when it's got its uses, is I think the concept of artificial intelligence does have potential. I don't think I've seen any evidence that the generative stuff is part of that. Whether it be your large language model or your image video generation stuff. And there's kind of what I was going towards earlier, is that I was pretty into AI, ML, machine learning stuff in college, and was really excited about the potential for neural networks and training. But unfortunately, we tripped and fell into the corporate cesspool that was generative AI. And so because the hard thing is now, when there are AI wins, like there was a bunch of medical diagnoses tech that was being developed, and they were and this was at least 2018, 2019. They're, you know, training models on being able to identify, like, you know, down to like cells or just symptoms and things. But the problem is that there's the AI bros who are like, it's an AI win, and it's like, okay, well, you're like, you're too busy sucking off Chat GPT, and we hate that. But then there's, and it's like, but if the, and then there's like the doctors that are using, or, you know, like medical people who are trying to diagnose stuff with Chat GPT, and that is not the same thing as using an AI model that is trained on diagnosing stuff. But to them, it's the same thing, and it's like, fuck, that's not. And they're like, oh, so you don't want it to cure cancer? And it's like, well, Chat GPT is not going to cure cancer. What the fuck? Oh, and then there's the stuff like, they're like, oh, you know, AI haters, try living a week without AI, and it's like, what the fuck do you mean? But then they're like, what, do you use the internet? And it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? But like, if your definition of AI is anything that a person on a beep boop boop keyboard isn't doing, because they're like, my computer can solve math problems, it's artificially intelligent, is like, fuck, well, so on a certain level, yes. But when you say AI is the future and you're talking to Claude as your boyfriend, that's AI. If I'm playing CSGO and there's a bot, that's AI. Not, yeah. It's like, fuck. We've hit such a weird level where some people's concept of, you know, AI is, does it run on code? And it's like, that's, I mean, philosophically, yes. If any sort of thought process could be outsourced to technology that is artificial intelligence by what we built it up to be. If you could Google a question and it tells you, it technically, you know, we made that. But it's like, wait, well, huh? What? Yeah. So frustrating. I could shit talk AI all day. Oh my god, actually, weird thing I've seen on Twitter recently is that there's the whole ecosystem of, you know, everyone's like trying to like self-police the art side for people who are, you know, either generating stuff or tracing, or, you know, insert whatever you want for AI and art. But recently I've been seeing a lot of videos of, you know, what appears to be someone drawing with pencil or pen on paper. And they're like, oh, you know, proving I don't use AI. Here's me, you know, doing my drawing skills in real life. And I do not have the background to detect, but apparently, based on, if I am to believe the retweets, and because I'm seeing the second level content of people talking about, they're like, this is obviously fake, and I look at it, I'm like, I mean, that looks like someone drawing on paper, and it's like, fuck. Because they're like, oh, this is here, and here's proof I don't use AI. And the ones that I definitely, you know, is when someone's like, there's the AI watermark in the bottom corner. That one I'm pretty sure I'm willing to believe, and that's the scary. One of them was like, they were like, oh yeah, this looks good, did you see the AI watermark? I'm like, but that fucking looked like someone drawing with a pen. What the fuck? Oh man, can I go find that? And I'm like, oh my god, that's so fucked though, that we're AI generating the, you know, because people were AI generating, you know, proof that I drew this, and they used to be pretty bad, you know, because it was be like, you could tell that you're like, well, that's not someone drawing. But the like IRL stuff is crazy. Let's see. Did I? How long ago was that? But now it's like, good God, I don't know if you can really trust anything at this point. It's pretty freaky. Oh god, I also I don't know if, have you guys been seeing the there's like robot Olympics right now for some reason. I don't know if I have a better way to describe it. Wait a second. I've been seeing a lot of these videos recently where it's oh god, oh boy. Nope, I wanted to make that larger and it started playing really loud music. There's a bunch of these videos of robots running races, and this is one of the faster ones, and it runs like this. You know, pretty funny, but one of the oh wait, I guess I've been liking some stuff recently. Oh here, yeah. Why? Okay. This one, a lot of them do this stuff where they fall down and like explode, but it goes and it just bursts into flames. This shit's so good. Oh yeah, don't. Oh boy. Where was? Oh, this was also kind of an interesting one. So. Yeah, that one's gonna be later. So I saw this post, and right, it has the translated from Korean. It says, "This is seriously so fucking awful figure. I refuse to believe this is official." And I was like, I mean, I don't know who this is, but like I'm not like, I don't know what's happening here, but it looks good to me. But then I think this was a translation thing because it looks like they're like the other translation is it's seriously mind-blowing, and to think it's not even an official product, that it was like the translation basically went the entire opposite direction, because it was like I can't believe it's, you know, official, and so they're like it's not, and then because it isn't, and then they were like awful. It was, I thought this was kind of fascinating that this showed up on my feed. It was like translation completely making it look like, to me, someone who doesn't speak Korean, that looked like they were saying like the complete opposite thing. Well, because I saw that, I was like, that's weird. I don't know know anything, but I scrolled down to see what was happening, and it was like they very much liked the figure, but it seemed like I saw this one. It was like they removed the alphabet magnets to clean my client's fridge and realized I forgot my ABCs for a moment. And because it says A B C D E F G H I J O M N P. And then they're like, oh my god, the jalomp is taking me out. And then they were like, ChatGPT said that was the correct way. And it's like, oh no. Faith in humanity fading. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, the first post I did see was because there's the robot who runs like headlong into the like blue cushion at the end and then skitters backward and explodes. That one's really good. Should be in here somewhere. But then I think, you know, I liked that one and I've been seeing more, which has been funny. New natural selection. Yeah, but the problem is, unlike natural selection, this isn't gonna work, you know? Because society has progressed to a point where it's not actually gonna weed out, right? It's just gonna propagate. Which is like the whole point of natural selection, is that when things don't work, it go away. But this is the thing don't work, but it stay. In fact, it is, you know, only going to make it worse. Well, the first robot thing must have been further away than I thought. But that was when I was looking for the art thing originally. Oh, yeah. But it was this is the OG clip that I saw. Poof. I think, and I've since then seen another one of like a closer race where it like exploded even further. But the this one, the run back is really good. The it's good stuff. It's good stuff. That's a good one. Oh, you know, maybe I haven't been liking those posts. I think that's why they're not in here, because sometimes where I'm like, do I don't Yeah, I think maybe I didn't like any of them. Or even the related things, because it was like... In general, because like I am very anti AI, but it's the kind of thing where as soon as we start hurting just regular people, it's not worth the negativity. Where it's like, I'm all for you know, like throwing rotten tomatoes at artists who are like, look at my art and it's completely AI generated. But as soon as you hit one real artist with your tomato and you're like, oh shit, I'm so sorry, then it's no longer worth it, you know? And so I'm when there's the like the anti-AI witch hunt stuff, I'm so conflicted, because it's just the kind of thing where you just can't miss, you know? And policing it makes sense, but it's so dangerous. I don't know. That's kind of where I'm at. Bella, welcome back. Took the test twice. Failed the first time, failed the second. Is that both for like the knowledge written portion? So it's like they didn't let you do any of the driving because you weren't able to finish the prerequisite? Is that? Oh, and like, so I did see, I saw this where like, I saw this post. So the implication of this post is that they were able, like, they're, and this is saying that it's running on a GPU, but it's a depth relative light source, right? Like and they move it around. Like, this shit is insane. And there's a high likelihood this is, you know, some form of, you know, like machine learning neural net trained thing for like, you know, visual stuff. But like, this stuff is this is crazy. This is the kind of things that like cool AI machine learning stuff would be for. Like, this is crazy. Legitimately insane. And this is the kind of stuff that is super cool. It's like, what? That's insane. But instead we just get like you as a Ghibli character. I don't know. Distance stuff. I think this is all knowledge test. Like, they're like, hey, do you know what this sign means? How many, when you see this many lines on the road, can you cross it? I don't think they let Bella get in a car, is what I'm hearing. Like, I mean, the possibilities for stuff like this is crazy. And the fact that this is happening like in real time, but like, I mean, there's so many, there are so many like applications, and just that like clearly the tech involved here is being able to interpolate where something is on like one axis and having radiating light from it. Like, I mean, this is just like cool, like, and just like, just for like rendering things. But yeah, I don't know. Because like, this is, you know, I would probably chalk that up to, that's probably some sort of, you know, AI use. But like, you can do it right. Yeah. Every light is, yeah, because like, you could probably, given, you know, that looked like a webcam, but like you could probably insert that into like a picture that you'd taken and then just like try things, or like, yeah, like it seems legit. Not allowed in the car yet. Yeah, that's what it sounded like. Yeah. I mean, that's gotta be a pretty easy test to study for. Actually, I don't know. Can I take a practice test for? I don't know. It depends on where. Or you could probably Google. I mean, how many questions was it? And it's probably not the same questions every time, but like. Sorry that it didn't go well for you, but you probably have to spend like an hour or two studying that for next time. Is it free? Mm-mm. 20 questions for each group, so 40 in total, because there's 2 groups. Oh. Is that 16 questions per 20, or is it 16 total? Like you only needed to get 16 out of 40 to pass? Or is it like you needed to get like 32 out of 40? Because if it's 16 out of 40, oh, okay, no, it was... That would make more sense, but I was like, if you had gotten less than 16 questions right on the total, I was gonna be like, that's kind of actually impressive. Yeah, the 16 out of 20 there's not a lot of room for failure. It does sound like you probably do need to study a bit more. Yeah, it looks like I wasn't liking any of the posts I was thinking about, so I looks like I can't find it. Yeah, because like, oh, I did because like I see there's like posts like this, it's like did homie just randomly draw circles or my stuff and make 0 point? And like I don't know, I'm no pixel art expert, but like that looks normal to me. Cause like the shadows, or like what do we? Because it like each pixel is one color in the circles. Like one of the AI things I feel like you would see is that maybe like some of the pixels don't match up or something, but like all of it like. And so when like or I don't know, worse spots, or is this, wait, what is, I don't know what's happening here. Well, I mean, this picture looks. That looks bad. But I don't know. Is this a really terrible picture? Or or what? Oh, whoa. Okay. Oh, this went deeper than I realized. So, whoa, wow. Whoa. Because this is the original. Because I was the blue one did look pretty fucked up. But this looks right. But someone's like, can't AI do this? And then they're like, no. And then they're like, yeah, it could. And then it popped out that shit. I mean, some of it looks okay. God, you gotta be. Yeah, let's see. Can I see anything other than like? I mean, this part is terrible, and like this part also. But like, can I? I guess the inconsistencies with the shapes is a little weird. That's pretty damn close. That's, I mean, oh, there's like the weird rivets. Like, is this a third rivet? Because I feel like the biggest thing is it's got this weird, like, especially with the gems, it's got this weird effect where it's not just using full pixels, where there is the kind of like blend between things, which is kind of weird. Yeah, it's definitely, it's the when it's not the, it doesn't have the same crispiness. But that's funny that I was like, wait, what? And then, oh, he says your chest looks like shit. Oh, and then the person was like, the implication is that the chest doesn't look rounded. But then, but this is the post I just saw was the circles. It was like, bro, what? Can run that through Pixel Snapper because what? Huh. Weird. But yeah, normally I don't. I liked at least one somewhat AI call out related post. Wow, I didn't know that one went deeper than I realized. Oh god, this video is pretty crazy. Oh, it's muted, but if you open it, it unmutes. Oh, that's so annoying. So I have no clue what then. Well, there's no way whatever that is. When I click on it, it unmutes it. Fuck you. There's no way whatever that hair-like stuff could taste good enough or have a good enough texture to make it worth it. But other than the translation is really funny too, where you suddenly started putting something that looked just like pubes on it. It almost let out a sound, but then they added the finishing touch with more pubes. I let out a huge yell. It's so unappetizing. I don't know what that is, but there's no way it's good enough to be there. God, the music is sending me, bro. Oh wait, here's the post I was talking about earlier. This one. Because you can see they're like 150 eggs, and you can see if you look close enough that they've numbered every single egg. And someone's like, you could have just counted the edges of one and like multiplied it. And someone just said source, and then they said, the fuck you mean source? It's math. Classic. I mean, there's always the chance it was a joke, but I do like this one. My spatula's angry. God, I've been scrolling my own likes, and I'm like, God, I'm trying to practice drawing a lot, and I'm pretty sure I'm getting better, but oof, I was whipping out the thumbnail today, and I was like, ooh, no, I still have a lot of work. I still have a lot of work to do. My faces are pretty bad, and my level of facial expression plus like my anatomy is getting close to being okay when I'm going off of a reference. Like most of the time I can get most things kind of right, but then you pair the little bit wrong there with the face stuff, and then it's like, go. But some of the stuff I do is okay. But it's like the level of quality plus the time it takes is rough. Angie spatula. It's time for Xeon to go. Thank you for stopping by, Xeon. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you for the happy birthday. Yeah, it looks like I can't find the post that I was looking for of the people drawing stuff, but maybe I'll have to scroll my For You page to find it. What's rough? It takes me so long to draw anything. Which is like, I think the practice is probably, fingers crossed, all helpful eventually, but it's so rough when I spend hours on something and then I take a break and come back and look at it. I'm like, oh, that's not good. And being like, fuck. He's like, yeah, I think hopefully eventually it'll all lead to me being better at stuff and making progress, but it's like, oof. Now I'm just watching time lapses on Twitter. I'm being distracted. I gotta close Twitter. Okay. Get that shit out of there. Is my tracking noticing it? Oh, there the hands are. Oh, sometimes it's like, what if the hands were the opposite hands? Yeah. Come on. Yep. Yeah, I am standing or sitting. I'm sitting. I am sitting perfectly still, holding my hands up, and this is just happening. Oh? Did it figure it out? This is the right hand? Oh, what is it? Was it they too close together? No, I don't know. Oh boy. Tracking. Doing so well today. Fuck. Oh. Oh, good stuff. Speedy speed boy, gasoline's burning. A speedy speed boy, as fast as I can be. Let's see. Is there anything new? What the fuck am I playing tomorrow? I still haven't played the SAO game. I have that. There's this Beast of Reincarnation thing that showed up on Game Pass like a week or two ago. That's still on my list. I do have a couple. I have a couple things that I want to draw, but that's probably a Wednesday kind of thing. I mean, I guess I think everything is charged now, so that could almost be it could be a today activity, but I kind of don't feel like doing it right now. I think there was more things on my list. Oh, I also could play League tomorrow to make up for not having done it today. That could also work. I mean, that would make sense. That would make sense. Oh, no, I see a lot of let's wait, if I open up my YouTube, will it? Oh no, I guess my algorithm's not doing it now. I do see, I see a lot of content creator, VTuber related stuff, or just like streaming stuff in general. Doing anything else this week for your birthday? No, I don't know. I mean, presumably I think I'll probably get a pick like a dinner tonight. But yeah, I think it was mostly we went and did escape room over the weekend. My sister came down and visited. I think that's probably the gist. I mean, I don't think there's anything else that is really on my list of like things I'd want to do. I'm pretty chill. But I keep seeing, you know, and it's like the evidence is overwhelmingly in the favor of that. Like, if I want if I want to grow my live streaming audience, the answer is not live streaming. That has always that's always been true, and apparently is still true, which is so fucking stupid. I don't know if there's like what sword practice happening. Yeah, it's Wednesday. Last Wednesday, this Wednesday, but I think next week it might not be Wednesday. Okay, so the interesting thing is they're like in September it'll be on Mondays, but next Monday is August 31st, so it might still be next Wednesday too. I'll have to look into that. But yeah, I'm going back to longsword this Wednesday, and presumably until my friend wants to quit, or I don't know. But yeah, I ordered some gear for long sorting. That happy birthday to me. That's, you know, that's not unrelated to birthday. Question mark. But yeah, no, I think as far as official birthday activities go, this will be the end of it. Can't get lost. No, I know exactly where I'm going. And I know almost everything else that's in that building, with exception for the creepy hallway. Well, the creepier hallway after the creepy hallway, behind the door that you're never supposed to go into from the outside. Now, I don't know what's back there. Other than that, I know that building like the back of my hand. I think kind of pretty much. Although, now I'm thinking about it, I don't know if I know where like the bathrooms are on the side of the building where the practice is. That would be something important to know. Take up boxing. I know where that gym is there. I have been there. I have seen it. But I don't know if there's going back from the blade. Once I'm like, why would I be practicing boxing when I could be practicing the blade? But I got plenty of swords in here that I could learn. Because also the interesting thing is the amount of like classes this gym like teaches is limited, but they also do like saber. I think it's like English saber, and I have like a cutlass, which is pretty close, but I got my sword ASMR scabbard. I have plenty of weaponry with which to master, but unfortunately I don't have. This is not a good practice longsword because it is sharp. I did cut myself this weekend on it, so you know it works, but not good for practicing on people. But it was funny. they were like, oh, has anyone here held a longsword? I'm like, well, I mean, I have, but I don't think that's the question you're asking. Yeah, I got longswords at home. Fist of Rogger. Boxing in real life to... I mean, boxing... I bet there's a lot closer martial art to monk than boxing. You two really eating your messages? They're too violent. The punch. They don't like punching. I can see that. I can see calls to violence potentially or adjacent being no, it's for YouTube. Still unfortunate. It's the only punch I know. Well, oh. Oh, well, I mean, YouTube put through the, oh, I saw the one from 124, the one that just didn't have the D. Make some sweaty friends. It was okay with the one minus the D. Presumably. That was yesterday. I was telling my... I think that was yesterday. Yesterday I was telling my sister about longsword practice. And she was like, oh, are there any cute girls? And my mom was like, that's what I was gonna ask, but I hadn't yet. And I was like, I think there was 2 like high schoolers maybe, but I'm like, there was no, I was like, no. But I mean, I think technically, yeah, yes, but no. And I'm like, I don't think I don't think that's necessarily, and I was like, I'm only in the beginner class, so who knows, but. It doesn't feel like the kind of thing that is necessarily probably a magnet. We did bond with the guy we were lost with, getting there. And the funny thing was, I was realizing this week was like, I don't know if that guy's gonna come back. And I was like, oh shit, did he enjoy himself enough? Will he be returning? I don't know. Will I ever see him again? I don't know. The priorities. Yeah, no, my sister was like, cause I have a shirt that I wear sometimes that has 3 check boxes. And the first one says single and there's an empty check box. And there's the second one is taken with an empty check box, and then there's a third one that says maidenless with a check box with a green check through it. And they're like, yeah, you know, my sister was like, I was wondering if maybe you could, you know, go to longsword practice with your maidenless shirt. I'm like, yeah, I don't know if that's gonna happen anytime soon. She's like, I don't know, that seems like the right venue for that. Yeah, my mom was also, she went to a coffee shop that had a bunch of moms in it, and she was like, hey, if you're ever looking for moms who speak Russian. I found a great coffee spot. Girl slides up to you and says, "I'll help you level." Is it keeper? I feel like, was it like in game? I don't. If someone said that to me in real life, I would be very confused. I think I'd be like, "What?" Or because it is like, is that because. If it was during long term, oh, you level your new job, would work if like MMO coded. But I feel like if we were I was thinking in general, but if I was wearing my shirt, it would be like, well, you wouldn't really like, you don't like help people level in like Elden Ring, and it technically I feel, you know, but I to made in this shirt. Oh, you can't like. Well, you're like, I'm gonna help you grind levels in Elden Ring? Or because by help you level, meaning I will unlock the ability for you to level, as in maiden to offer an accord. Be your maiden, as in Melina. So, because when you said I'll help you level, made it feel like, you know, like I'll help grind with you rather than I will unlock you. But I'm seeing what you mean now. Sorry, I don't know, the way I read it sounded out of context. But then also technically yours does actually work on multiple levels, because the girl that slides up to you and says, "I'll help you level," is a keeper. Yeah, they are fire keeper, because the fire keepers are. Is the exact same thing as Melina in the Dark Souls games. Firekeepers level you up. Well, okay, not in Dark Souls 1. But in 2, the Emerald Herald isn't really a firekeeper, but she is the same. And so by Dark Souls games, I guess it's like 1.5. Well, yeah, so it's, if we're being lore sticklers, technically only one Dark Souls has a firekeeper that levels you, but 2 is at least close. I had forgotten that was, I've blipped for a second. That's not how 1 worked though. They help you level your Estus. Yeah, I've yet to encounter. Oh, I've yet to encounter anyone in the wild who. But to be fair, it's a vague enough shirt that even if you knew Elden Ring, I don't know if you would immediately assume, you know. Especially because I definitely have enough of a vibe that you look at me and you're like, oh, that's just a medieval guy. I don't know. It's enough to be like, oh, he's looking for his fair maiden. I don't know. So most people get the vibe at least, and they're like, oh, I like it. And I'm like, yeah. They don't know it's an Elden Ring shirt. No, but it's because it's definitely it's not written in like a Elden Ring font. That would probably help. but most people think it's funny. But I feel like I kind of get the vibe that most people look at it and like, oh, that's like some sort of like, you know, like Ren Fair kind of shirt, kind of vibe. Randomly react to a shirt a stranger wearing. What, you like that people just don't do that? I feel like I have a pretty good success rate for wearing shirt to interaction. Like one of the ones I remember the most was like I was wearing most of the time I completely forget. Like I was wearing it's a pretty nondescript shirt, but because it's basically, it looks like it's pretending to be just like a gym shirt, so it's pretty plain, and it just has it just says UA Academy on it, and then like something else, and so it's technically a My Hero reference because it's like a UA gym shirt. But someone's like, oh my god, I like your shirt, and I was like, what? And I was like, oh shit. And then I wore a VTuber shirt to Offkai last year, and I had like at least 3 conversations, but that is wearing a like, you know, relevant shirt to relevant activity, so that's probably a little bit of an outlier. But yeah, counter to my desires, I am pretty approachable in real life. I don't really want to talk to people, but I do appear to be talkable too. Not to quite the degree that my mom is. She is literally a magnet. Yeah, I mean, I'm just well trained. It is funny. That was literally oh. Apparently you can unreact to you can react to your own messages. Apparently there's a coffee run right now, so I'm being asked if I have an order. Birthday coffee. Let's see. But that my mom goes to church a lot. Let's see. And there was I was volunteering with her because I'm so helpful. And someone was like, wow, he's so well trained. And she said that like right in front of me. And I'm like, I mean, she's not wrong, but like that seemed kind of fucked up to say. I don't know. I was like, what? And coffee. Yeah, let's see, is there any fancy that is one of the that is one of the saddest things about my single taken maidenless shirt is I have been well, I mean, I guess it depends. I have been classically trained in the art of like shopping. So well mannered would be a compliment. Well, it's the like right, like I do, you know, I mean, it is kind of accurate though, because it's like the, you know, wait for people to finish their conversations. I'll hold purses and bags and things, and I it is sort of like a dog, you know. It's like, oh, they're so well trained. We're like, you know, I will follow commands. But yeah, definitely like holding purses and bags for shopping or, you know, bathroom stuff. Definitely, Aiko, welcome back to the couch. I hope you enjoy your stay. Happy birthday, Starkus. Thank you. And we were on vacation this spring, and my mom and my sister were doing shopping, and I was just being normal, and the attendant was like, "Oh my god, wow, I don't remember what they said. It wasn't nearly as unique as the well trained, but they were like, it's such an interesting thing where like because they were like, yeah, they're like, wow, you're so well behaved, or and they're like, oh my god, and I was like, what do you mean? But it's like, wow, people must be so like people just must be incapable of waiting for like people to try on clothes or something. Because it was like, I don't know, they were like, oh my god, and you like waiting and like holding stuff. I'm like, yeah, and they're like, wow. I'm like, god, the bar is low. I'm like, Jesus. Oh, and it was also funny that it was we were at a different location. My sister did try on quite a few dresses. It was a pretty long endeavor, but it was funny. At one point someone walked up to me like, hey, you know, we have a puzzle up front that, you know, you could do, and I'm like, no, it's okay. But it was funny that they were like, do you need, we could put you at the guys' table, we'll do the puzzle. I'm like, that's fine. Rather said the bar's that low. Yeah. And I would specify stuff, but I guess it's probably a little like kind of weird, like gender heteronormative, but I feel like it must be, you know, applicable across the board enough. But it is pretty sad that they're like, a guy who's able to go out shopping with ladies and not like lose their mind. And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, that's so amazing. And I'm like, no, it really isn't. I'm like, I'm barely helping. I'm like, I hold some things and they come out and they're like, how do you like this? I'm like, I don't know. Good. I'm like, I can give compliments and stuff, and I'm like, I don't know, that belt really doesn't. I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, sorry. And I'm like, I'm like, I can't do that. I'm not fashionable, so like, I'm not helping. I'm like, that looks good. I like those colors. The pattern's a little much on that one, or, you know, it seems a little loose here. Like, I can do like basic stuff, but I'm not like I don't pick stuff out. I'm not a super active participant. The bar is pretty damn low. That it's like, the bar appears to be, are you capable of waiting while someone else does an activity? And that's where the bar is at. And I'm above that. But it is every once in a while, there are situations like that when people are like, wow, that's so amazing. And I'm like, how am I single? If the bar is this low, how has this not just happened? It's so amazing, my friend. That's just being normal. Yeah. I mean, is that not the internet these days? Where it's like, when people are like, oh, you did math to calculate how many eggs were in a carton without asking ChatGPT? That's so amazing. And it's like, huh? There's so many coffee and sugary confections people have come up with these days. Yeah, Annie, does it sound like I'm well trained? Oh, expected RE fashion. Oh, okay. I see. And also my conceptions and stuff is pretty heavily based off of media, because I mean, I don't know, you see a lot of the like clothes shopping is a pretty popular trope in anime. And so I'm like, well, it must be part of dating. Consider it impatient, which would become an animal. Yeah, I mean, but it's not necessarily that borderline of strange traits. Because I mean, it's like the thing that I find interesting is that like because it could also stem a little bit from that, like I don't naturally just like go out to places, and so I feel like where like if I ended up doing an activity that I didn't sign up for, kind of thing, where it's like if I thought I was going on a quick excursion and it turned into a long excursion, I would be kind of annoyed and less patient and considerate. But like, I feel like normally when it's like, and so I feel like I get the vibe that that's what most things are, where someone's like, ugh, I can't believe this is taking so long or something. But kind of for me, it's like once I've left the house, I'm kind of locked in for like, yeah, this is outside of my control. And so I'm gonna lock in, and it's done when it's done, which works out. But it is funny that like I feel like I think maybe if you treated excursions as more normal and you were just like, oh, and you had expectations, but kind of like once I'm outside my comfort zone, I'm like, well, like I don't get to choose when this is over, so I might as well just make the most of it. But also I think, and it's one of the things that every once in a while I have a hard time wrapping my mind around, and I'm thinking about the ARAM League of Legends right now, is the concept that, you know, not every activity revolves around you as an individual. And this, you know, this applies to so many things just in life. But it's also, but I feel like it stems, if you like, you know, trace it all the way back down to the root thing. It's like, as a kid, were you taught to share? It was like, because like in kindergarten, I remember there was a thing where it was like everyone was fighting over this like airplane at like playtime or whatever, and then you learn, you're like, oh, maybe we take turns with the airplane. It's like, oh, okay, because when I'm playing with the airplane, I don't want someone to take it from me. So when they're playing with it, don't take it from them. It's like, oh, okay. You know, it's like something that you're like, oh, as a kid, you're like, but I want it. And then your teacher's like, yeah, but like, would you want someone to take it from you? And you're like, oh shit, yeah, no. On God, for real, teach. You're so for real with that. No, but it's like, it feels like a pretty low level thing to learn, but it's like sharing time, activity, focus. And so then it's like later you're playing a video game and someone's winning. Are you just gonna blow the entire game up? And it's like, no, if you were winning, wouldn't you want to keep playing? And you're like, let them finish the game. And then it's like, if you are out doing an activity with someone else, are you gonna be like, this isn't the activity I want to do, because later then, hopefully when you're doing an activity you want to do, then you will get to do it. No, it's like, what? I don't know. It's what is it like? It's not a golden rule, treat others as you wish to be treated or whatever. Like there are so many things that stem from just like the concept of, oh, there are people other than you. And if you want people to like let you have a turn doing anything, then like maybe you should do the same. I don't know. It feels pretty basic where it's like, what? And it's like, if you're like shopping, I don't know. It's like, if you want someone to do weird shopping with you, you should do weird shopping with them. And like, you don't have to find people who want to do the exact same things. I don't know. It feels like a pretty basic skill. And one that like, I guess, you know, it's hard to translate it where it's like, someone's like, yeah, I learned how to share when I was a kid. And they're like, yeah, but what about sharing time? And then you're like, no, that's not the same thing. But I don't know. Expecting other people to be reasonable doesn't always work out. Yeah, but like I feel like it's like a statistics game kind of thing where you're like, you shouldn't expect other people to be reasonable all the time, but I think it's not unreasonable to expect a reasonable amount of people to be reasonable, where it's like, once you go into a public space, you know, it's like the kind of thing where it's like, statistically, you know, like 50% of the people there are probably just gonna like not like you immediately for some reason, whether, you know, it's like out of your control, or if they just have like preconceptions about what you look like or what you're wearing or what you're talking, or, you know, like just random things. And then it's like, but most people would still like be normal, but then you're gonna have at least 10%, like someone's always gonna be doing something out of pocket, something crazy. But as soon as you're going into something with like a setup group where like, you know, like friends, family, etc., I feel like the ratios change, where you like, don't you surround yourself with people that you think are going to be reasonable? Unless you, I mean, if you got like a crazy group and you're like, we're all so crazy, we're all so unreasonable. I don't know. We're just the unreasonable squad. I don't know. Lamo. But yeah, I mean, I don't go out in public very much anymore. But that's another, you know, fun side effect of the longsword stuff. Going out and interacting with people a little bit. Trying to say with the good ones. Yeah, it feels like it's, life just gets so much more painful if you are being subjected to people you don't vibe with, or like don't respect you at a base human level. It's like, that shit's too much effort. That's the plan. That's the plan. Yeah, I think my friend was having fun, so I think it shall continue. I could even see myself probably doing it if they weren't interested anymore. It was pretty fun. It was pretty fun. Yeah, is it bedtime? Do be getting pretty late. Happy birthday, may all your dreams come true. Yeah, you gotta film that tutorial tomorrow. Tomorrow. Is that what Mario calls tomorrow? Yeah, I feel like this. I'll probably wrap up pretty soon here too. So we go time I guess either. That's the plan. I hope you have a good night, and hopefully I see you around sometime soon. I will probably be playing League tomorrow. Czar potato. One day I will be able to extract a portion of your generous gift. I think I have to get to like $100 my currency before I'm allowed to actually make money. So one day. And you're like, and you have to buy fish-shaped marshmallows with it. Your hands. Oh, because you're gonna be in the tutorial. It's not like is it like one of those workplace safety things where you're gonna be like, now don't do this, and now when you're in the freezer, don't get yourself locked in. The cold chain must remain intact, but make sure you don't get locked in the walk-in. Do not become one with the freezer. Hey, some people need those tutorials. Hey, don't stick your hands in the machine, kind of stuff. Yeah, I think it could be a good time to wrap it up. There is I do have plenty of art I can do. Collect organ samples. Whoa. Sample packaging just inform completion. Well, you must be pretty good at your job if they wanted you to do the demonstration. Like, hey, make sure you wash your hands, re-glove, sanitation. Oh, there. Voiceover as well. Oh, multiple parts. Okay. Well, that sounds kind of like you won't have to do regular work at least a portion of the day. So that sounds kind of fun. Bit of a change of pace. That sounds fun. You gotta rest up for your big movie day. This is the start of your next career as a workplace tutorials actor. Voice actor work as well. Oh, I keep meaning to look up the Marichiro stuff. The most consistent samples. You're like, ah, shit. When being good and consistent at your job it gives you more work. Yeah. No thanks. It's just, potential career path. I guess. I don't know. I'll let you get to bed. Two hours? Oh, you're gonna try and sabotage it. You're gonna be like, oh, what if I do bad enough? They'll have someone else do it. Oh, you're kind of anti-training video because you're like, this should be done in person. Fair. Good night. A short little 4-hour stream. That's pretty good. I think that's what the last birthday stream was ish. Thank you so much, everyone who stopped by today, whether you're here now or long gone. It means a lot to me to stop by for any amount of time. I think this is gonna be it for me today, but presumably right now, back tomorrow with delayed ARAM Mayhem Monday is looking what the current plan is, but you never know. You never know. I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of their day, night, evening, etc. And hopefully I see you all sometime soon. Good night, good night, good night, good night, good night. Birthday indeed today. Crazy. Yeah, maybe Wednesday I'll do a ending soon stream, as well as I'm thinking a no soliciting scramp sign holding thing as an emote. That's the plan. That's the plan.